Okay, we're going to do part E here now, and this is the last riff, although I've got a couple more I might add to the score later, but this is the way it is right now. So E is the last one. So once you've got this, you can stitch all these riffs together, and on the web page, it gives you a little cheat sheet at the top of the riff sequence that the Muse score uses, so you can like kind of look at that to see how to play it, and you don't even necessarily need the score if you look at that. So, oh, you know what? Let's take a look at it just for a second. Okay, so here it is here. So this is basically the order of the riffs if you play the Muse score all the way through. These are the section orders that are getting done. So you know A, B, X, C, X, B, X, C, X, D, D. I've got D1 and D2 because D2 is just a variation of D1. Um, when you play the Muse score, you'll see what the variation is. It's just it leaves out the holding of the note on the second bar, so it's got almost like a double time feel to it. So anyway, so and then D2 D2 and then E, which is what we're going to go over today, and then an A, and then outro. Okay, which is basically like pretty much like the intro that we did before. I kind of like actually skipping the intro, these days, and I just do the outro because it's kind of a nice way to just start right into the song. So anyway, that's you can as to taste or whatever there. So, but the outro, but doing it as an outro is quite nice. I like that, and Derek Gripper's version does something a little bit like that too. He's got a little outro that's similar. Okay. So you can look at this and just, once you learn the riffs, you can play along by looking at this little cheat sheet, and that's the song basically. Okay. So that's enough of that. Let's go into section E of my fretboard diagrams here. Okay. So here we go. Um, so um, there's basically 4 bars in this section, and it's similar in D in that you play a little cadenza and you hold the last note. So it's similar in part D in that way. Okay, so you'll see when we play it. So here is the basic shape that we've got. And if you'll notice, we're anchoring on our good old high F over here, fret 10, string 2 on 12 string match reciprocal. So like classic, that's going to be like 8 probably. Okay, so so this is the shape. So you're leading with your third finger, and you do kind of a normal scale that you would do: third, second, first, third, second, first. And then you'll notice here on this final ending note, I've got the pinky. And the reason for that is it's a little bit easier to hold that note. And so like the way that I play it is I'll go down this scale here, and which is basically kind of like a Mixolydian scale in B flat, right? F Mixolydian. So you're going F and then you're going down all the way to G here, okay? And so anyway, like I said, I've got the pinky marked here because what I like to do is when I'm coming down and I hit A, I hold on to A and I hold on to G there, okay? And it gives a nice little kind of ringing dyad chord, okay? So that's why, and it's more comfortable when you're doing the pinky, okay? So that's why this fingering is the way that it is, okay? All right, so there's that. And then the other 2 bars are basically the same, except for the instead of the G here, you're doing in F. So you're going all the way down to the, you're going through the full scale, but skipping the G and doing F here instead. So in an F Mixolydian-ish way, okay? So don't get too hung up on the, when I'm talking about Mixolydian. This is just the B flat major scale, and you're starting from F and going down to F, okay? And you're skipping the G in this particular one. So in the 2 bars before you do the G, and then in these 2 bars you do the F, okay? So that's what's going on. So that's what your shapes, and your bass side is just the same old motor here that's going on, okay? All right, so that's our bass side, right? Here's the F that we're going to be leading on. So here you're going to be using your 3rd finger to lead with. So you're going to go, so the scale is, like I said before, 3rd, 2nd, 1st. So those 2 strings, you're doing the same thing. That's the last note, and here you see I'm doing the pinky here, okay? See, when you, those 2 notes, if you hold that as a dyad and you're playing the bass side, it's got a nice kind of ringing sound. Okay? Sounds like when you play it at more or less normal speed, okay? So that's the first one, right? That's the second one, where you're doing the F instead of the G. Okay, so how's the interplay going there? When you start off, so your first 2 notes on each side are in sync, right? So okay, and then the next for the okay, and then when you go down to the next string on the melody side, you're hitting that at the same time you hit your final bass note here, and then you've got, and then while you're holding down that bass, you do the final melody note, okay? So that's how it goes. Sorry. That's the interplay. And the other one is just the F instead of the G, okay? when I do it slow, I mess it up. All right. Okay, that's part E. So once you get that down, you can look at that sequence that I showed you in the beginning and stitch all the riffs that we've been doing together, and you've got the song. Okay, so I don't know this one as well as the others, so you're catching up with me as far as learning the song. So I'm still getting this one last riff down, and then along with you here. So anyway, so that's pretty much the end of it. So okay, so you can just stitch them together like that. That's kind of a little impromptu example that I didn't play the whole song, but I just showed you how you can stitch them together and make them flow. So anyway, that's pretty much it for this video. I may go through and, add another riff or two later on, but that'll get you started. Okay, thanks for watching.